It's here, it's a lot of exchanging of ideas and how we do things to try and find a happy middle ground, or maybe I can take something from the Indian Army or the Indian Army take something from myself.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Common Arms channel. Okay, so today we're checking out a video about the Indian Army and the U.S. Army. So this would be really cool. I've not seen much footage of the U.S. Army and Indian Army training together. I know they do certain exercises, or at least one particular exercise. I'm not sure which units actually go and do that, so I'm not sure what the focus of the training is going to be. Like if it's light infantry sort of stuff or mechanized infantry sort of stuff. I'm not really sure what the Indian Army likes to focus on whenever they do train with the U.S. Army. Now this video is about 5.5 minutes long, so not too crazy long, but I think it'll give us a good idea of what the Indian Army and U.S. Army train together. So yeah, I'll stop talking and we'll get right into it. But before we do that, again, if you guys are not subscribed, feel free to check down below and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Of course, I also have a Patreon. If you guys want to see some like behind the scenes stuff or some extra videos, you can do that as well. But let's get into this cool video of the Indian Army and the U.S. Army.
We have a saying in India which goes like Atiti Devo Bhava, which means the guests should be treated like gods.
Okay, real quick, I'll say that is a really cool saying, but my gosh, I thought the German language was difficult, but my tongue and my vocal cords physically can't do that. So that's impressive. Hey, the bagpipes.
It was my first time out of my state, and so coming here to India it's been great. The hospitality here it's second to none, and I think we've got some big shoes to fill when they hit America again.
Nice. I mean, just look at that band.
The food is great, the music is great, and the people are the best. I couldn't have asked for more or a greater experience than what I've experienced here.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, this is the SVAB, which is the Security Force Assistance Brigade. So those guys basically go and meet with other militaries and teach them stuff, and at the same time just get like the bilateral training so they can understand how the militaries would intermingle a little bit better when stuff actually hits the fan. So it's a pretty cool unit. I know they definitely go and meet with a lot of like foreign militaries and train with them a lot, so it must be pretty cool. So we got some mortar stuff, some machine gun stuff.
I was explaining to one of the privates, and after I was done with that, the private came to me and he asked me whether he can exchange the patches, the national flags.
Nice.
And that's the best day. That was one of the best experience I had through the exercise.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot where you go and trade uniform items.
Intelligence advisor. I'm looking to try and learn a little bit of Hindi, but it's
hold on, let me see. That was a really cool rifle there. Oh, what kind of rifle is that? Not gonna lie, it's pretty sick. But okay, he's talking about learning Hindi, so I want to hear what he says about this.
Try and learn a little bit of Hindi, but hasn't been going as well as their English.
Yeah.
So it's not a terrible setback.
Oh, that's good.
The most important one is Kia aap Angresi polte hai, which is, do you speak English? That's about as far as I can get.
Please speak English, because I have no idea how to speak that language.
Bonds, like half of them are treating me like brothers, and as an officer, I'm getting treated like I belong to the same battalion, and we are building good bonds between personal bonds and professional bonds as well.
I mean, that's a powerful mustache too.
It's going to be my way or the highway. This is how we're going to do it.
And if there are signs of an IED, then they call it out as soon as
it's here. It's a lot of exchanging of ideas and how we do things to try and find a happy middle ground, or maybe I can take something from the Indian Army or the Indian Army take something from myself, and how they conduct their operations.
And we are exchanging.
Yeah. That is a really good way to go into this sort of stuff. Like, of course, you can go in with the mindset of, okay, you know, our military is better than you. Let's teach you exactly what we know. And if you guys deviate from that, then that's not the way it goes. That's not a good way to go into this sort of stuff, because no matter where you are, there's always going to be militaries that have, different training just based off of how they are geographically, other conflicts that they've been a part of. Especially the Indian Army, they're like really solid when it comes to like mountain warfare and stuff like that. And the U.S. Army isn't really experts with that sort of stuff. You'll have sort of specialized units, but overall the Indian armies probably can be way better prepared for that sort of environment. So you can sort of pick and choose what you want to like work on and what sort of tactics you want to take from each other. So it's a really cool relationship.
knowledge, since the United States soldiers are having good exposure with the Afghanistan and Iraq. So we are exchanging the professional knowledge in the counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism ops in the desert terrain.
Nice. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, some paintball, nice. Huh. Some CQB paintball. Nice.
Our Indian Army
Hell
has a
yeah.
lot of great additions that we could take back with us to the U.S. and implement in our systems.
Those bagpipe guys are getting it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we all are foot soldiers. The things we do, the drills which we do, the tactics, the procedures are more or less same. At the end of the day, we are foot soldiers.
Yep. Hell yeah. Okay, so we can see here they're actually cross-training on the weapons, which is really, really cool. This will happen a lot. I know when I went to like Bulgaria and Romania, we had all these countries come in, like the UK, Serbia, Slovakia. Yeah, we had a bunch of different militaries come in, and we were able to shoot each other's weapons. So we can see that's kind of what they're doing here. So it must be pretty cool. It doesn't look like the Indian Army, at least these guys, they're not rocking optics. So going from their weapons to rocking like the ACOG must be pretty cool. I don't know how they like it. Honestly, iron sights work pretty well, but okay. Yeah, it's always fun when you get to train on other weapons. And range time is always nice too.
I think it's important to continuously maintain our friendship and relationship, both on a personal and professional level.
Oh, good old PT. Oh, dang, they got to do it in uniform. Hey, good on them. Good stuff.
Nice. No.
Oh, and with mask on.
No.
All the soldiers are the protectors of peace and freedom. In the future, we are expecting interoperability between both the soldiers, two soldiers from both the countries, and we are exchanging military knowledge so that we can act together if something bad happens.
Hell yeah, some good old fast roping. Okay, so this is a striker element. Okay, so I'm not sure if India really focuses so much on mechanized stuff. I'm not sure what most of the infantry units in the Indian Army are focused on, but it looks like this is a striker brigade combat team. So having the strikers is a little bit out of my like knowledge because I was never like mechanized infantry, but it must be really cool to sort of cross-train between the vehicles and see how their vehicles compare. Because, I mean, the strikers are cool, but, you know, getting to play around with other military stuff. Like, for example, the Finnish posse vehicle, like the armored personnel carrier, that looks like a lot of fun. I'd like to do some training with that. But, I mean, yeah, you don't even know what kind of, like, armored personnel carriers all these different militaries are using. So it must be cool to have no idea what they're using and all of a sudden you get to train with it. It's just, I don't know, it's exciting for me, especially like when I was infantry. That is the stuff that you love to do. Oh, they're dismounting while it's moving. Nice. Okay, I wonder who's leading the CQB training. Because a mechanized infantry unit probably isn't going to be the best at that.
What few weeks that we've been here, I've gained probably a year's worth of experience interacting with the Indian Army. They've got a rich history of military operations, a rich history of a rich cultural history in general.
No doubt.
And they've got a lot to teach us.
Okay, I like how they're like going in between the bagpipes and then the actual training itself. I'm not sure what that says at the end. If you guys could help translate that at the end, if you guys are from India, I would appreciate it. But okay, again, it's really, really cool to see this like interoperability between the U.S. Army or the U.S. military in general with other countries. Again, you can't go into that saying like, you know, it's our way or the highway. Like whatever you guys know, we don't really care because we're going to teach you what we know. Even if it doesn't apply to you, we're going to teach you what we know. That's not a good way to go into it. I know, especially training with like the Israeli Defense Forces, they had a lot of experience with CQB, like operational experience. So whatever they were doing was a lot more, like it was slower, it was more monotonous, and it was more careful because they wanted to increase the survivability of their war fighters. And honestly, you could definitely take a lot from that, especially the U.S. military tends to do CQB very violently. Sometimes it's not necessarily the cleanest. So yeah, we definitely got some stuff out of that. And I think the Israeli Defense Forces in general are really good at being aggressive. But it's really nice to do this sort of training because you can really learn a lot. Because again, you're not going to be an expert at everything. There's going to be other militaries that can, kick your butt at other things. Like Finland is going to kick your butt when it comes to like ski and like Arctic warfare kind of stuff. Same with like Norway and Sweden. And then of course you have the UK. They just have an overall better soldier, generally speaking, as far as like fitness, so they can really bring that like combat mindset into some of your physical training and all that good stuff. So yeah, there's definitely a lot you can take from each military. So doing these sort of training exercises is really awesome for both militaries, of course, because you get to learn and see how everybody else is doing certain things. So yeah, you can definitely take a lot out of it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Now, this was a recommendation from one of y'all, so a very good one. If you guys have any other recommendations, maybe as far as like joint exercises between the U.S. military and another country's military, you can throw that down below. It's always cool to check these out because we can sort of get a good idea of what each military is better at or, more experience with and how they're sort of bringing that together. It's just, I don't know, it's just cool to see. It's nice. It's kind of like humbling at the same time because you're not going to be the best at everything. So yeah, really cool to check out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can hit that thumbs up, comment, let me know what you guys think regardless, and definitely consider subscribing. I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. That is it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.